In a week of humiliating failure for Gavin Newsom, even the left is turning on him, including Fetterman, who I think is quickly rising up the odds of being the Democrat candidate, which is crazy because the guy's going to have to learn how to wear a suit. Now, here's the interesting thing. He is practically begging Donald Trump to arrest him. The left has now admitted that they are hopeful and trying to get him arrested on purpose. They saw what Trump's mugshot did to his popularity, and they're literally trying to repeat that with Gavin Newsom. I mean, how pathetic, how low can you go? I mean, the other day we had, Padilla or Tortilla, whatever that guy's name was, basically storming Kristi Noem, getting arrested, and then the whole left was like, yeah, we have our guy. Hopefully he'll get arrested and then get a mugshot. Didn't happen. Last night, Bill Maher absolutely roasted Gavin Newsom's pathetic pick-me energy too. We'll get into that after a super quick word from this video sponsor. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Fume. Look, we all have bad habits, and well, one of mine was one of those habits you're doing so well without until you're out with friends. Suddenly everyone's reaching for theirs, and the urge to just borrow one kicks in. But what if I told you there's a better alternative, something enjoyable that you can take with you anytime? Fume is an award-winning flavored air device, so there's no nicotine, no vapor, just natural flavor. It brings flavors to your mouth, not into your lungs. It fills a void of ditching a bad habit, and it's just so much better in every way. It's something you can use anywhere, 100% nicotine-free, non-toxic flavors, no batteries, no charging, and a fraction of the cost of other alternatives. I also love how it's built. It's built really nice and sturdy. You can fidget with it, you can spin it, you can do all sorts of stuff. It helps for me to just have it in my hand, and it helps me kind of make the right decision. And also remember that Fume continuously invests in third-party studies to ensure their safety of all their products. Multiple third-party toxicology reports and studies have been done on the inhalation and the digestion of plant compounds that they use in their cores, and they're committed to always funding more. Fume is backed by doctors in the United States. My favorite flavor still remains orange vanilla, but sometimes I go crisp mint. It kind of it depends on how I'm feeling for the day. But if you're ready to lose that bad habit, go to tryfume.com/quartering or scan the QR code and use code quartering to get your free Fume topper when you order your journey pack. You'll be happy you did. All right, so let's go to the Bill Maher clip.
What happens in movies, as soon as there's a big problem, a hero will rise. And I think we saw that this week because Gavin Newsom, this makes me feel good because, people make fun of me all the time. Why do you stick with Gavin? He's sways too far left. Yeah, but he's been moving to the center lately.
No, he hasn't.
He kind of had his moment now. I mean, I did a joke in the monologue about it, but he's saying Trump likes this. I think he might like this too. Because Democrats have been looking for somebody. Cory Booker stood up there for 25 hours. That's not, he did like a...
It was lame.
Filibusters.
Yeah.
It wasn't sexy. It wasn't...
Said he didn't go to the bathroom the entire time. That's
right. It didn't go to the bathroom the entire
25
time.
hours.
Right. That was...
I don't believe that.
Okay. That's not going to get the job done. But Gavin Newsom going up there says, arrest me, tough guy. Show some of Gavin's...
That's cringe. That's just cringe. I don't...
It's a tough guy speech there.
Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy.
Okay, please.
It's cringe. It's unending cringe.
You think Trump liked having his face in a mugshot? This guy wants his face on a mugshot.
Well, yeah. He wants, it's like on purpose. Like he absolutely positively wants his face on a mugshot. You lost Fetterman. Like even Fetterman is saying no.
He is the best.
Fully support him taking out Iran.
Senator, so I just want to get your take, first of all, on Iran, Israel, they finally did it. What do you think?
Sure. Well, I mean, I think you and I agree a lot of the things about Israel.
Yes.
Oh, he's wearing a button-down shirt.
I absolutely. I think I was maybe the only one that said we really have to fully support him taking out Iran.
I don't think he was the only one that was cheering for war.
Iran to develop a nuclear weapon, but also as well too, after Israel was able to destroy the proxies like Hezbollah and Hamas as well too, they have a really once in a generation opportunity to take the nuclear.
Does he rub like
facilities
coal
out.
on his face? Why does his face look so dirty?
Now, I think they did absolutely the right thing.
Okay, and people don't. Obviously, there's a lot of horrible destruction and loss of life on both sides. Obviously, Hamas started that war. Israel has prosecuted it, and some.
He goes on, if the Democrats are good at
One of their
anything these days, it's taking the losing side of an argument.
Is now saying Israel is committing war crimes. I keep saying, do you think Hamas needs to be destroyed? And people say yes. And then the next question is, well, how do we know when that is? Now, we may find out that Netanyahu has gone too far. What do you think about this? Does this change your thinking at all that an ex-prime minister would say this?
No, I really do think, absolutely. I don't believe Israel has occurred any kind of a war.
Well, I'm trying to get to his, he talks to the Democrat Party here in a
second. We've seen a lot of the language been cheapened as well, too. There was never a genocide. That was never part of that conversation after all. I mean, this is a 20-month war through where they Hamas embeds in. Now, Hamas could just simply there would be peace, and we could all move on right now. So for me now, it's really for me, Israel was not starving people. There was no kind of a genocide. There's no war crimes.
I think they were kind of cutting off aid, right?
And now we all have to be honest. You can never have to rebuild Gaza, which we have to rebuild Gaza if Hamas is allowed to be in force. It's just, you just have to be honest. And I think that's really the truth. And our party,
here.
the Democratic Party, has lost that argument, and they've taken side with the regime that doesn't have the kind of values and live the kind of ways that we want here.
I mean, really, Fetterman is kind of disavowing the far left here. I don't want us to be, doing anything, have anything to do with this war. If Israel wants to buy a bunch of bombs and use them, okay. Fine. I don't know. I just don't want anything to do with it. I don't want any boots on the ground. If they can if they can take care of it on their own, like Ben Shapiro says, then fine. Bill Maher says Gavin Newsom is begging for a mugshot just to play hero.
What happens in movies, as soon as it's...
Yeah. And even you see here, Bill Maher thinks Newsom could be the next hot felon amid Trump defiance. The guy for the Democratic Party. There is no way. I mean, this guy has mad pick-me energy, and I do not think there is any chance whatsoever that he could defeat J.D. Vance in a head-to-head. Like, all he has to say is, hey, other 49 states, are you interested in becoming California? If what happened in California, take California's beautiful views and ocean frontage property out of it, right? Let's put California where Arkansas is. And they have all the same problems. The wokeism, the drug problems, the leftoids. Would anybody want to be California then? No. They benefit from being on the coast, but there's nothing that people want. There's nobody that wants to be California. And you see, Fetterman and Bill Maher agree that Democrats defending LA riots will be good for Trump.
Violence that's going on here in this city, and said it doesn't do the Democratic Party any good to defend that. Now, I have to say, living here and having seen a lot of happen in this town, this is not one of the worst ones. I mean, come on, POTUS, please. Insurrection.
Oh, yeah.
Insurrection.
I agree. When they see it in a campaign ad, when they see the guy with the Mexican flag and the Waymo burning behind him,
right?
Yeah. It's going to be good for Trump.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's like this is an amazing city that we're in here now. In
No,
America,
it's not.
we don't want to see it on fire twice in just 6 months now. So, and those optics, I run that through. Like, what's the people like in Scranton might see those kind of images and those kinds of videos. So for me, it's like acknowledging that I absolutely was unapologetically free speech. Peaceful protesting,
pro-immigration.
Yeah,
you know, you're a Democrat.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. Yeah,
they got mad at you because they said I'm not a progressive. Well, we don't even know what these terms mean. Woke, progressive. Everybody has a different definition in their head. I took it to mean, like me, I'm an old school liberal. I'm an old school Democrat.
Exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah, but he's not.
Your values, I don't think, have changed, and mine haven't really changed. But I think our party has changed. And now, if you actually kind of point out and call out a lot of these things, you know, you do take a political price for a lot of those things.
Woke, progressive. Everybody has a.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically calling out your own party. We've known ever since the election that the Democrats are keenly aware that people like the Squad, people on the far left, are why they lost the election. I don't think anyone could really deny that. I mean, Kamala Harris is obviously a terrible candidate, but the crazy pro-immigration people, pro-invasion people, Antifa, the gender surgeries on kids, all this kind of stuff, that's why they lost the election. Well, why they never had a chance. I think Trump probably would have won against almost anybody, at least anybody that was going to be a viable Democratic candidate. But now going forward in the 2028 election or the 2026 midterms, if the Democrats don't get away from far leftism, wokeism, stuff like that, they're going to lose again. Because the most effective ad that Trump ever ran, do you know what it was? It was an ad that played unendingly in my state. The final tagline of that ad was, Kamala Harris is for they, them. Donald Trump is for you. And like, they ran that ad nonstop because it was so effective with regular everyday people. This like women in, men and women's sports, gender surgeries, pro-invasion, denigrating white people, burning down Tesla dealerships. They don't get rid of those people, they're not going to win another election for a very long time. I'd be interested to hear what you think, though.